Okay, I think we can begin now.
Shall we start?
Yes,
I think we can.
All right. A very good afternoon to one and all present here. I hope everyone's had a great lunch and we are ready to kickstart the third workshop of our day one summit. Can I have the next slide? The Global Entrepreneurship Summit 2022, presented by HDFC Bank, powered by Bright Outdoor Media Private Limited, co-sponsored by Baggett, in association with Plum Body Loving, trading partner Havenspire, home decor partner Whipple Homes, and news and media partner The Education Tree. In association with Digital India, Power to Empower, Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, National E-Governance Division, Make in India, Skill India, Maharashtra State Innovation Society, Startup India, AWS Activate, Mumbai Angels Network, Inflection Point Ventures, Enactus, Time Mumbai, and Vadhani Foundation. I'd now like to hand over the session to Pratham Prabhani, who will be the host for today. Over to you, Pratham.
Thank you, Ashna. In recent times, with the advent of cryptocurrency and the increased awareness of decentralization, new technologies have emerged and got everyone's attention, the most popular of them being NFTs and blockchain. There's a need to understand these assets with clarity. Merely knowing them is just the tip of the iceberg. And for this, we have an expert with us today. I would now like to invite the coordinator of the Department of Biotechnology, Dr. Kriti Pandya, to kindly introduce our speaker for today. Over to you, ma'am.
Yeah, okay, Pratham, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so a very good afternoon to the speaker for today's session, Mr. Parang Mehta, and the organizing committee and all the audience over here. So it is indeed my proud privilege to introduce the speaker for the session for day one of the Global Summit. So the speaker is here, as you all are aware, to speak about blockchain and NFT, and he is Parang Mehta. So he is a full-time trader, investor, and Chief Product Officer at Heavenspire Private Limited, which is India's largest trading community based in Bangalore, Karnataka. Parang has completed his bachelor's and master's in finance from Jindal Global Business School in 2020, and he is currently a student of level 3 of the prestigious Chartered Financial Analyst course. He is an active trader himself in the Indian, American, and Forex market. Parang has over 6 years of experience and trading these markets is a subject matter specialist in the area of technical and fundamental analysis. Currently, Parang is a director, CPO, and lead trainer at Heavenspire Private Limited, where he has trained more than 1,500 traders and investors the art and skill of technical analysis. So now, without wasting much time, let me hand over the forum to Pratham to invite the esteemed speaker for the day. Thank you so much, friends.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Firstly, we would like to welcome Parang sir, and we would like to thank them for being with us today. So we can, without further ado, we can start with the session.
Okay, perfect. So hello, everyone, and a very good afternoon. I hope all of you are doing well. So let's kickstart the E-Summit. And the topic that we are going to discuss today is NFTs and blockchain. Now, there's so much buzz around NFTs, crypto, blockchain, and a lot of people have a lot of doubts in the sense that is this thing even legal? Like what we've seen with respect to India is that whenever Nirmala Sitharaman comes in, crypto traders are just thinking whether she's going to ban it, whether she's going to just put in a tax. So I'm going to break all of those myths. And before that, let's just quickly try to, very simply understand what blockchain and what NFT is in a very simple way. And then we'll deep dive. And my focus will be on NFTs because I think NFTs is something which you guys also can leverage, like as students, as artists, as, people who are very creative, right? So blockchain is nothing but a shared ledger which cannot be, I would say, it cannot be tweaked around, because this is a group of people, anonymously, who are trying to make data available on a public storage, right? So you can just say that it's a public database of any transactions that are happening over the cryptocurrency space. It could be NFTs, it could be just a random exchange of Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever coins that you want to trade. So blockchain is nothing, but it just decentralizes the entire system, or the entire financial ecosystem of how transactions are going to take place, right? Now, this entire concept of blockchain is the whole reason why people want to adopt cryptocurrencies, because there's something called Web 3.0. So now that's the whole reason why people are moving towards cryptocurrencies, and the whole argument that why cryptocurrencies are better than fiat currencies like dollar, rupee, pound, is that these cryptocurrencies will probably be more reliable. Now, the things which are happening in the current world today, with what Russia is trying to do with Ukraine, this entire argument is nothing but a fad, right? So what we have seen is cryptocurrencies have corrected more than currencies. So it definitely is not a good store of value, and that is something that we all need to understand. So one thing that a lot of people think when they know is that cryptocurrency is a store of value. Like, just like you're using US dollar or INR, you can use cryptocurrencies to kind of exchange value. But that's not true. Cryptocurrencies are way too volatile, and cryptocurrencies can't be used as a medium of exchange. Cryptocurrencies should only be looked at as an asset, right? So that's number one. Number two, blockchain is the entire reason why all of these, different coins exist, different technologies exist, different crypto projects exist. So in the whole cryptocurrency space, it's a mix and it's an ecosystem of different things. So one is coins, right? So for example, Bitcoin is a coin, Ethereum is a coin. Then there are technologies like Cardano or Ripple, right? So these are payment technologies. There are different applications of blockchain that are going to happen. So let me give you a quick example on how blockchain can be used. For example, in a very fragmented thing in India called real estate, right? So if you have dealt with real estate, or if you've dealt with people who deal with real estate, you might have seen them, very confused about paperwork all the time, that there is so much paperwork, there is registration to be done, there is this tax, that tax. So all of that and all of these papers are almost always misplaced by people, or always tampered with. So what happens, at least in the Indian real estate scenario, is that someone owns a property, but some smart person sells the property who he doesn't own. And then the third person who thinks he has the property goes into a dispute after 7 years. So this is because there is no certification, or there is no verification that, okay, I own this property. So blockchain can solve this problem. So there are something called smart contracts. So what blockchain does is that, since everything is hosted on a publicly available database, no one can tweak around the database. So for example, when you talk about real estate, or when you talk about healthcare, there are so many documents, there are so many prerequisites that people would require. Even in healthcare, if you are going for a checkup, you have a lot of documents, you have your medical history. Similarly, in real estate, or maybe in income taxes, you have a financial history of a person, right? Or you have a history of where this property, who owned this property in what year. So all of this can be hosted over the blockchain using smart contracts, which has a practical application to it, right? So now, blockchain, in very simple words, is nothing but a technology which enables us to keep every single thing on a publicly shared database, which no one can tweak with, so that there is full transparency. Now, with this concept, there was an advent of a new, I would say, technology, or a new way of sharing digital assets, and that was NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Now, a lot of people think they know NFTs, but they don't know NFTs. So let me kind of quickly tell you what exactly is a fungible token. So fungible word actually means something which can be replaceable. Now, for example, if you have a 50 rupee note, you can replace that 50 rupee note with 5 10 rupee notes, or 10 5 rupee coins, right? So that's called fungible. Right? For example, if I have $100 note, I can replace that with smaller, $10 denominations. But if I talk about Taj Mahal, if I talk about, say, the the Mona Lisa painting, if I talk about anything which is only one and only unique in the world, you can't replicate it, right? So that is called non-fungibility of that particular thing. So these NFTs are a way where digital assets. So now we are in the world of social media. There is so much so much happening in the in the digital world. Now, for example, we talk about there are some events that are very close to people's hearts. For example, Sachin Tendulkar hitting the first double century in ODI cricket, right? Now, for example, the broadcaster is Neo Sports. I think I remember that time Neo Sports was a brand who used to broadcast. So now they have the broadcasting rights of Sachin hitting 200, right? So now that is something which is a digital asset. Now, you, me, everyone can own and that video in our phone or watch it on YouTube, but that is not the original video which existed. So what NFTs try to do is the original version of these digital assets, they can be tokenized and they can be verified that who is the actual owner. And the whole reason why people would want to own it is because they can auction it and sell it to another person who might value it higher than them. So for example, Yuvraj Singh's hitting, 6 6s in a row, or MS Dhoni hitting, or say, for example, I'm using cricket examples because people value cricket here. So I think you guys can understand them better. Now, for example, Cristiano Ronaldo, there's a footballer, right? Or there is a football team, cricket team, maybe Amitabh Bachchan. So he recently announced that he is going to launch an NFT collection of, his multiple movies, his dialogues, and a few other things. So now Amitabh Bachchan has a fan following, right? Amitabh Bachchan has a very good following. So even there are so many artists across the world which have a lot of following, and their fans are going to pay anything to get the original version by the artist themselves, right? So what's happening is, okay, Amitabh Bachchan has, there is an autograph for Amitabh Bachchan and he just writes Sholay, for example. And that is duplicated, that is available with everyone on the internet. But on the blockchain, you can see that there is only one owner. For example, that is Parag Mehta. So that is only one owner which owns this original asset. And if anyone wants to buy it from me, so think of it this way. If Mukesh Ambani wants to buy a Mona Lisa painting, he's not going to go to Google and then get a printout of that, right? He wants the original, authentic thing, right? So if that Mona Lisa painting is held by, for example, me, the blockchain, anyone in the world can go over the blockchain and see who owns this Mona Lisa painting, who owns the original one, right? That is one thing. So what you can do with NFTs is you can digitize and these digital assets, and then you can claim ownership of that. Now, how does that help out artists? Now, for example, we have seen, if you have been following news around NFTs, you have seen some random dog or some random monkey is being sold for 100 million, 50 million, 70 million. Now, see, this is all, I would not say justified, but this is nothing but a fact, right? So this exorbitant prices for literally donkeys and monkeys and I don't know what, they're running away here and there. That doesn't make sense, but that's the world of cryptocurrencies and that's the world of NFTs. Because try to understand, when you are trying to invest in stocks, I'll tell you how it's different from stock investing, right? So when you invest in stocks, there are three factors which impact the price. One is demand and supply, which is one of the kind of fundamental factors. Second is the fundamental factors of the company itself. How much are they earning? What is the business model? What is the management, right? And the third thing is probably the sector in which they operate. So for example, right now, crude oil is at more than $100. So yes, oil companies are going to do well, right? And the transportation companies are probably not going to do well. So when we invest in stocks, we have four factors or three factors which impact the price of the stocks. In NFTs, there is no fundamentals, there is no economics, nothing, only demand and supply. If there is someone willing to pay higher than what you bought, that's where you'll make money, right? So there's only demand and supply, which, kind of affects the prices of NFTs. So one thing that NFTs enable is that these digital assets which are lost. So for example, there was this very old GIF in 2014, which got sold for $61 million on OpenSea. And the reason for that is that was so exclusive. So if you remember, there was right now also there's a drink called 7-Up, right? So their brand ambassador, or I would say their icon, was Fido Dido. right? So even that got sold for, I think, an enormous amount of price, because that becomes exclusive. Because what you need to understand is that there are people in the world who want to pay for authentic stuff. There are people who want to, in the world, who want to own digital assets, right? So that's the reason why artists and people who have a following, they have, they can create these digital assets, and then they can auction it for people who would want to buy it. So that's one side of NFTs. The second side of NFTs is for artists who are very good at, say, drawing, or they're very good at singing, or they're very good at, doing anything, or just making a good piece of art. And what they want to do is they want to sell it, because anyone who likes it, they want to monetize it. So now what artists get is that if I have made a painting, or if I have just written my name, or just did a random thing and people are liking it, what I will do is I can sell it to a person who likes it. And whenever that person will sell it to some other person for a profit, I will get something called as a royalty. Now imagine the person who bought the Mona Lisa painting for, say, $100 way back in 1900s. Now that person is today is selling for $5 million, $10 million. The original seller is getting nothing. But with NFTs, what happens is, if I buy something for $1 million, you buy it for $2 million from me, the 1 million profit I have to share with the original creator. So the reason why NFTs became so popular is because artists in our society were actually sidelined. People thought that artists can't really make money, or artists are someone who will, just do it to follow their passion, and money cannot be attached to it. And NFTs enable that. Even when you look at the world of gaming, so if you are a gamer, and if you are, playing online games, you will understand that there are so many things that you can buy within your gaming ecosystem. And even those things are, tradable on NFTs, like tradable as different NFTs. Now, the most crucial and the most important thing in the world of NFTs right now is the metaverse, right? So now what the heck is this metaverse, and what's happening over here? That is something that you probably need to understand. So metaverse is nothing but it's just a virtual world. Now you might find it very funny. We are living in a real world. Why do you want to go into a virtual world and do things which don't, which kind of doesn't matter? So the thing is that metaverse as a concept is very futuristic in nature. So what they're trying to do, is that they're trying to create a virtual world where you can have, the whole idea is you can start a new life visualizing what you want to do, right? So for example, right now, if I am into finance, and tomorrow if I think I should be a singer, in the metaverse, I can go and I can sing, I can do all of that. So it's hard to understand how logical is this, but the point is that there is a virtual world in which people would want to create their personas, create their profiles, and maybe 5 years or 10 years down the line, people would want to meet over there, and then have events over there, because this is something which is more of a virtual reality, augmented reality, which is kind of enabled with real life scenarios. So what's happening is Beyonce even hosted a concert in the metaverse, and she raised $15 million for people attending that, literally like this, on a Zoom meeting. So the whole, so if I tell you in real words, metaverse is just better packaging of Zoom, right? It's better packaging of, some other games or some other virtual reality softwares that you use. But the whole idea behind metaverse is that this is something which is very, very deep. And whatever you currently do in your personal lives right now, you are having an ability to kind of change it. So it's more of personal satisfaction than any other thing. And a company like Facebook, they are working very hard to make this metaverse as exciting as possible. Now, apart from Facebook, there are different kind of metaverses. One is the Sand metaverse, then there is Decentraland. So these metaverses, what they're trying to do, you can create games, you can start your businesses, people can visit you. Like, there are so many things that can happen. And people are literally buying pieces of land because just think of it, right? So right now, people in the 1900s started to buy real estate, thinking that the world will run out of real estate. The world will run out of good quality real estate because real estate land is limited, right? Now, in the same way, metaverse, for people who are betting that the world of digital era, the world of NFTs and cryptocurrencies will lead us to a virtual metaverse in the future. So they are trying to invest in assets of the metaverse right now, today, right? So people are buying plots of lands for 10 lakhs, 5 lakhs, 7 lakhs. Now, I personally feel that it's justified for people who are really into that metaverse, who are really thinking that the metaverse is going to be one of the biggest things. And Mark Zuckerberg, who is probably the smartest, one of the smartest person on the planet, if he is thinking that metaverse is going to be bigger, they rename Facebook to Meta. I think there is something bigger than we can internalize at this point. So even touchscreen phones or cryptocurrencies is something that we couldn't internalize way back in 2014. But sitting here in 2022, I think, this session is about cryptocurrency. So just think it's very funny. People try to adopt things when, they are just forced to get adopted. So what if I tell you after 3 years, all your friends are on metaverse? You will have to accept what metaverse is. You will have to believe what other people are believing. And so it's more of social proof. It's more of social pressure, I would say. And when it comes to buying assets on metaverse, I think it's stupid. My personal view is buying it is stupid unless and until you have more than $100 million of net worth, because this is nothing but this is like a social satisfaction that, hey, I own this bored ape and this is my profile picture. I paid $300,000 for it. So I would still say invest in Reliance Industries, invest in Mr. Adani. That's going to be much better logical investment. But when it comes to NFTs, I think it's more of demand and supply imbalances, these forces which are making people to get into it. And now what you've seen, if you've been tracking cryptocurrency prices, Bitcoin is half. Okay, so Bitcoin was $70,000 6 months back, when everyone wanted to get into cryptocurrencies. Now it's half. Ethereum is $2,200. And I don't even want to talk about these other dog and cat currencies, Shiba Inu or Dogecoin, all of that. I don't think they even exist with respect to market capitalization. So what you need to understand is that cryptocurrencies have their own objectives. They have their own pros. They have their own areas where they can be utilized. But what you need to know is that, number one, cryptocurrencies will never be a mode of exchange. They can never be currencies because the central governments will lose their entire authority that they've tried to build for 200 years. Now, you guys are students of economics. You need to you understand. Central banks will never fail, and central banks will never let anyone replace them. Now, India's crypto scenario is pretty bad. Okay, so I think in the next 2 quarters, either they're going to tax it so much that you can never afford to buy something, or number two is that whatever you own. So currently the status is that you have to pay a whole lot of taxes when you're trading cryptocurrencies. Even NFTs are involved in this. So you can't really make a lot of money because you already have double taxation, and the effective tax that you will pay is somewhere close to 40-45%. So that's the first negative, side of cryptocurrencies and NFTs, that you're going to be taxed very high. Number two is that the government is never going to regulate it. It's always going to keep this in the gray area. So if you are investing, you'd rather be not in India and be somewhere else. So that's going to be more profitable for you. Now, when I talk about NFTs in particular, so this was about cryptocurrency trading. When I talk about NFTs, I think owning NFTs is a smart way. For example, I'll give you a very, very simple example on how you can profit from NFTs, not because of the fad, but because you were smart. So let's look at this. For example, there is a new cricketer called Ishan Kishan, right? So Mumbai Indians bought this guy for 15 crores, right? And imagine that 1 year back, you saw this cricketer, Ishan Kishan, and you thought that he's going to be the next, MS Dhoni, right? So what you can do is you can buy his NFT because you believe in him, right? So I'm talking about sports. I'm giving sports as an example because I think most people could relate to it, right? So any footballer, any cricketer, any Formula One racer, whatever it is, if you believe in that person, this person is going to be big, and that person launches an NFT connection which no one cares about. He launches an NFT collection and no one's going to buy it for 20K also, because he's, say, for example, right now he's not into IPL, he's not into anywhere, no one knows him, right? So now if you believe in him, you can buy his tokens And then when he becomes big, these tokens are going to be of insane amount of value, right? That's how people are using NFTs in the sport. So this is the use case of NFTs in sports. Another use case of NFTs in the world of Bollywood is, for example, Lata Mangeshkar passed away, right? So that was, she has a lot of fans, and there are so many people after her passing away. People are ready to pay 3x, 4x for whatever digital assets that she has, right? So imagine if she had an NFT where she was singing her first song. Now imagine after she's passing away, after she's not in this world anymore, that digital asset is owned by one person in the world, for such a legendary singer. So that is how use cases are getting built for NFTs. So if, for example, Amitabh Bachchan's all of these NFT collections that he have launched, maybe Salman Khan, once he stops acting or once he's not active, these NFTs are something which are going to be very, very valuable, say 50 years down the line. So whoever has a following and a fan base, for them, NFTs are good. Today, if I start to sell an NFT, I go on Canva and I put a bear and then put two things over here. And if I think that's going to sell for $10 million, I'm stupid. That's not going to happen. Number one, I need to have a following. And number two, if you want to create your own NFTs and mint NFTs, I'll tell you a very simple way where you can do it. The only thing that you need to care about is who will buy this, right? So creating an NFT is not a big deal. Today, I can just take a screenshot of this event and mint it as an NFT 30 minutes later and price it at 10 Ethereum. Who's going to buy it? Are you going to buy it? No, right? So we need to understand that as an artist or as a creator who wants to mint NFTs, now when I say mint NFTs, I mean to say we are creating NFTs, right? So if you want to do that, that is very easily done on a platform called Rarible, right? Rarible. I'll just type it down if in case you want to create your NFTs. This is free to mint, and you can, any kind of digital image, GIF, video, audio file, any kind of audio file, any kind of digital file, you can mint it as an NFT. Now, the interesting part is you can set how much, if at all, if you are lucky in this world and it gets sold for some 2, 3, 4 Ethereums, anyone who sells it later, you will get a 25% royalty. That is also something that you can fix. There is no cost of you minting this NFT. Although some platforms like OpenSea, which are one of the biggest platforms, they charge a gas fee, meaning there's a fee for you to mint NFTs, and that's somewhere close to $100-$200. So Rarible is a free way where you can any file on your computer, you can just try and upload that. Any project of yours in your college, just upload that as an NFT, that this is the best, and just write something, and you can share it with people. Now, there could be some dumb person who buys it, and that's what's happening with NFTs, right? So there are people who are making billions of dollars just because one person is liking the theme, and because social media celebrities are saying that we like this, their followers will blindly like or love this, right? So this is more of a reality with respect to how people follow each other. So if you want to understand cryptocurrencies and NFTs with logic, I'm sorry, you will fail. You will only understand blockchain with logic. You will only understand the application of blockchain with logic. Now, if you want to understand why would someone pay $2 million for an NFT, my answer would be I can't explain it to you. If you would want to ask me that why are these things so expensive and why are these celebrities trying to just so, for example, Elon Musk's wife, she also sold something for $6 million, and she's not a good artist. Like, to be honest, she's not a good artist. Just because she's Elon Musk's wife is that's the reason why she sold. And because these people are, selling things over there, just think of it, right? These artists, they understand. So this is my personal view. I don't think it's going to be right or wrong. I think these artists feel that they have an expiry date, right? They will be in their prime for a certain period, and then they want to keep monetizing their followers. So they will always be active trying to sell NFTs so that their followers are engaged. And in this entire process, there are other creators, other people who also get some traction, which are genuinely good, right? So I feel it's more of an ecosystem by the most influential people in the world to be, to attract more people in the world of NFTs, to attract more people in this world. It's good, but paying an exorbitantly higher amount is not an intelligent decision, that I can tell you. Number one. Number two, NFTs are not an investment. NFT is a mere speculation. If you are going for random NFTs, like if you're buying an Amitabh Bachchan NFT, that's definitely an investment, because you know that there are 1 to 5 crore people who follow him, and there's going to be someone who values it more than you. So again, with NFTs, if you are buying NFTs of sports personalities or actors or people who are legit, then you are good. But if you're buying apes, cats, dogs, mouse, whatever, there's no guarantee on whatever you have bought for $1 million could be worth $1, right? So again, people ask me, can I plan my retirement by putting into NFT? Now, this is a very funny question. How can you put your retirement money into something which, whose value will be $10 tomorrow, 100 day after, maybe $1, or maybe it will not even exist after 7 days? So don't even ask those kind of questions, because NFTs is one investment that you can do, but that should be less than 5% of your overall portfolio, because this is pure speculation. This is pure speculation. Either you love the art so much that you are like, oh my God, I want to invest, but I'm 100% sure no one of you will be like, I love the art. Everyone wants to get into NFTs to flip it to make more money, right? And if that is the case, there are other ways to make money. So NFTs are going to be a place where people who appreciate art, they will buy, they will sell, and they will keep holding stuff. But for you guys, or for people who are new, don't think NFT is a get rich quick scheme or a quick money making scam, that you can buy something and there are so many dumb people available to buy it higher than you. No, it's not going to happen. And that was a case in 2021, by the way, in September or August of September, where Bitcoin and Ethereum prices were off the roof. That was the time where NFTs were getting sold like no one's business. So NFTs are here since 2014. You won't even believe. What were you doing in 2014? You were probably studying in school, right? NFTs are popular since that time, but transactions started to happen only in 2020 after, this, people were there at home due to COVID, and that's how it started. So again, I would not be surprised if NFT volumes go 1/4 from here and people stop transacting in NFTs. I think that could happen. And I think NFTs are something which could be something which are very exclusive to internet personalities, like, influencers on Instagram, influencers on, say, TikTok or Twitter. And these guys are launching their collectibles. So I think that's the future of NFTs over here. Now, just to end my, my whole view about cryptocurrencies. So I feel cryptocurrencies as an investments are good. Cryptocurrencies, when I say, I mean about Ethereum, I talk about Bitcoin, I talk about Decentraland, I'm talking about Cardano. I think they're good. Should you replace your stock investments with cryptocurrencies? The answer is a big no. Cryptocurrencies should be a part of your portfolio, but they should be only one of the parts of your portfolio. They shouldn't be your entire portfolio. That's number one. Number two, when it comes to NFTs, I'm only going to be buying and I'm only going to be advocating for you to buy NFTs of artists or people who you genuinely are passionate about, right? So maybe cricketers or maybe Bollywood personalities or maybe anyone who you admire. And number three is that the scenario for India, cryptocurrencies in India is going to be worse than you think. So if you are planning to be very serious about investments in cryptocurrencies or trading in cryptocurrencies, you better go to Dubai, better go to some place where Nirmala Sitharaman can't catch you. It's very simple because I have seen a lot of these crypto exchanges, they're getting raided. ED is, irritating them, and their only thing is that they trade in cryptocurrency. So again, it's a very extensive world to be a part of. But what I gave you right now in the last 40 minutes is the practical understanding of what these things are. Because if you are going to learn cryptocurrencies from a page who sells NFTs, they will tell you this is diamond, this is gold, this is something that if you don't have, you're not going to live, right? But that's not the truth, right? That's not the truth. Social media and influencers are one of the people responsible for creating this value chain in NFTs. and in cryptocurrencies. And we need to understand that we need to be smarter than the rest, right? So there are good things about cryptocurrencies and blockchain, invest in them. There are some stupid things, don't invest in them, and be smart and kind of put your money in things which could be better. So I have one question. So there's someone who's saying, I read one article where a child clicks his own selfie for 10 years continuously and sold it as an NFT, where he earned billions of dollars. Okay, now see, again, to justify this, I have no answer, right? How will and why will someone pay $1 billion for this, right? Now, but if I will say Mukesh Ambani or say one of the other billionaires in the world, he was like, hey, I want to buy this for $1 billion. Now, that's what NFTs are. Someone thinks this is valued at this much because you have no algorithm, you have no system of valuing something. It's purely based on demand and supply, right? So, to be very honest, okay, what people do, I will tell you. So, I'll tell you what people do. For example, today, Somesh starts to, create his NFT that, okay, I'm creating my own NFT. Now, what he will do is he will ask one of his friends, Ashna, that, hey, Ashna, can you bid 5 Ethereum for my NFT? So there's no exchange happening, but Ashna is bidding 5 Ethereum for Somesh's picture. And what's happening is Somesh is then bragging on Instagram, hey, someone is trying to pay 5 Ethereum for my NFT. Would you want to pay more? And then one of the other friends, Pratham, says, okay, I will bid 6 Ethereum. So what's happening is no one's getting any money, but they're creating this hype so that some stupid guy like Parang will come and say, oh my God, this is 5 and 6. Let me buy it for 7 Ethereum. And then these 3 guys are laughing inside the room that how dumb was he? So this is also happening. I'm telling you what happens in reality, right? So this is also something which happens. So you have to kind of stay away from that. Good quality NFTs, good quality, artists will get rewarded. So that's something that you should focus on. Considering the amount of pump and dump scams and issues with people losing NFTs on OpenSea, do you think this sector will receive any sort of regulation or it will die like a fad because of the toxicity in the community? I personally feel it's going to die out like a fad, and it's only going to be exclusive to digital content creators. Or I would say it's going to be only, I think they're going to include some layers of who can mint an NFT. As I told you, right now, I can take a picture of this and just post this as an NFT, which doesn't make sense. So I think there's going to be some kind of regulation. But how can you regulate? There are more than 222 countries. If I consider Ukraine as Russia, to 21 countries. So there are more than 200 countries in the world, and you can't regulate it on every single country, right? What's the stepwise process to form, mint, and sell your NFT? Okay, that's pretty simple. You need to go to Rareable's website and just click on I want to sell an NFT. Then they will simply ask you just how you attach a file on Gmail. They will ask you, please attach your file. You attach that file. They will ask you, what is the price? What is the premium that you want if someone else sells it? And how many units do you want to reproduce? So for example, I create my one screenshot and I was like, only 10 units of this is available in this world, just to create that exclusivity. And I charge 100 Ethereums for it. Now, if some drunk guy tries to buy it for 100 Ethereum, I will become an internet sensation tomorrow. But again, telling you this is all a greater fool theory. Yeah, correct. Who you are thinking that the other person is a greater fool than you, and that person is thinking there's going to be another fool who's going to pay a higher price than me. But this is only for things which you cannot perceive value out of. If there is something called a Sachin Tendulkar's NFT or say Cristiano Ronaldo's NFT, this is not going to happen. People will value it because there are followers. There is some sort of legacy behind this, right? So that's what you should understand. We can create hype by ourselves, not to sell NFT. Yes, you can. If you know how to create hype and how to fool people, you are going to be the best NFT seller in the world. Like, to be very honest, NFTs are sold because you see it all the time on Instagram. Why would you value, these apes? Why would you value these apes? No one would value a ape wearing a cap, right? So again, these are things which, if you can create your hype, good for you, and you will be able to sell. Do artists have any sort of copyright over stolen art that has been converted to NFT? Yes. So you can claim to be the original artist. Now, for example, if Atif Aslam, or for example, any singer, Badshah, he's singing something. or say he's singing Jugnu Jugnu, and this chorus I tomorrow record it and is like, this is my NFT and this is the only NFT in the world. So Bacha can definitely claim that, hey dude, I sang it, so get out. So he can clearly say this. So those artists will always have the claim. But again, as Arindam asked, there are many cases where actual artists don't get anything, and people who claim to be the original artist, they're continuously selling it and making money. So again, that's another drawback, or I would say a thing which has to be reworked on. How is the gas fees of a currency determined? So gas fees is charged in Ethereums, right? So depending on how many NFTs are getting minted every single day, gas fees will increase or decrease. It's basically based on demand and supply. If there are, so after this, for example, after this session, all 500 participants go and start their luck out and mint NFTs on Rarible, the gas fees will increase after 30 minutes, right? Because so many people are trying to mint NFTs. So gas fees is depending on platform to platform. OpenSea is like your Amazon, where it's like your Amazon of NFTs, and every single creator would want to be on OpenSea. So OpenSea has a gas fees. Rarible is like Flipkart, right? So it's free. It's trying to be Amazon, want to be Amazon, not able to get there, but still your task can be done. So that's the reason why I told you about Rarible and not OpenSea. OpenSea you'll have to pay some money. So definitely you should try to mint your NFT and share it with people. So that is something that you can do. Can you elaborate about Bitcoins and the research part, how to start investing? See, cryptocurrencies. So there's a website called CryptoNary. Okay, CryptoNary, right? Go there and you can research just like you research stocks. Now, you need to understand that cryptocurrency is Ethereum, and there are a bunch of different coins which are actually good. Like gaming, I will tell you one thing. I'm not a gamer, but for gamers who can understand me, I think you should. Gaming has a lot of future in the next 10 years. Gaming will evolve like anything, right? And that's the reason why Microsoft is, they acquired Activision Blizzard. You can see other companies like Facebook, Amazon, all of them are getting into gaming. Even Netflix is getting into gaming right now. So gaming is something, for example, is going to be very, very huge. And there are some cryptocurrency tokens and coins which are, just making this gaming experience better. So like this, you will have to research on what sectors could actually, get impacted, and then make your own informed decision to invest in cryptocurrency. That's what you can do. Okay. Can I create NFTs related to Ronaldo's lifestyle and his photos? Okay. I'll just take this question, Pratham. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Can I create NFTs related to Ronaldo lifestyle and his photos, NFTs, and I think they will make good amount? No, because it is not sold by Cristiano Ronaldo, right? So just how you are on Instagram, if you create Ronaldo 78 as a profile, do you think you will get the blue tick? You won't, right? Who will follow you? No one. But Ronaldo's official account, more than 400 million people follow it, right? So if Ronaldo posts that any picture of his car or of his shoes or anything, that's going to get sold for millions of dollars. But if you and me will do it, no one will buy it. Okay.
Yes, sir. So in the interest of time, I would now like to hand it over to Ashna, since we need to make an announcement.
Guys, if you have any other questions, you can DM me on LinkedIn or on Instagram. And if you have anything to ask or connect with me, you can do it via any of the social media platforms.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. I think everyone really enjoyed the session. I think I've got too many messages on my personal chat also saying that they don't want the session to end. But in the interest of time, I think we have our next session at 3 o'clock. I'd like to announce a giveaway. Nandika, can you please have the creator? Yes. So as Parang sir mentioned, he's a full-time trader and he also offers finance courses from Havenspire. So one finance course of worth rupees 35,000 will be awarded to the person who does the following steps. So I'll be putting the link of our Instagram in the chat box. This post is available on our Instagram page. Please follow the steps and one winner will be awarded this course. The giveaway is available till 12 o'clock at night till today. And Parag sir, would you like to give a few more details about the course?
Yeah, sure. So, okay. So I will for people who want to learn about trading when it comes to the Indian markets, when it comes to cryptocurrencies or forex, any other kind of markets if you want to trade. We are India's largest trading community, and we offer masterclass as our flagship course, which I have curated and created. So what you can do is you can go check out the Instagram page of Havenspire or go onto the website, and you have to understand one thing: this course is for you if you really are serious about trading. This is no fad. This is not for people who just want a new hobby and try to learn something. It's going to be expensive. It's going to be something which will add a lot of value to your life, and it's going to make you understand how to trade and make money with trading using a statistical edge, even if you know nothing about trading or even if you're an expert in trading. So, this is one of India's or internet's most loved trading courses because of the way we have created it. So you will definitely enjoy it. Irrespective, if you want to have some free content, if you want to consume some free content by Havenspire, you can download the Havenspire Academy app, and you can go on it and check out our free webinars, check out the free posts and videos that we have put up on the page. And in case if you're interested to learn about trading, in a very, very comprehensive manner, you can just DM Havenspire on their Instagram handle, and they'll help you out.
Thank you so much, sir. It was great having you back once again.
Thank you. Ashna, Kishan, all the Somesh, Pratham, everyone for having me over here. I think this is my second time that I've been with you guys, and I completely enjoyed. So all the best for your event, and I'll hopefully see you guys soon. So all the best, guys. And
so I'd like to invite Trisha Kanumo to give the formal vote of thanks to you.
Sure.
Trisha, over to you.
Thank you, Ashna. On behalf of our principal, faculty, entrepreneurship cell and skill hub team at Jai Hind College and all attendees present here, I would like to thank Mr. Parag Mehta, the Director and Chief Product Officer at Havenspire Private Limited, for sharing his knowledge on NFTs and blockchains. I'm sure everyone here has learned something of extreme value today, and it was a pleasure to have you host this incredible session for us. Thank you once again for such an informative session.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. And all the best, everyone. Take care and bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Guys, the feedback form has been floated in the chat box on Zoom as well as on YouTube. Please fill in the form before you leave. Make sure you'll put in the right details that you all have put in the earlier forms, so that it's easy for to calculate the number of sessions that you have attended. Once you fill in the form, you can leave the meeting. And please fill in the form as soon as possible because we'll be shutting it in the next 5 minutes. Thank you so much for attending, everyone. I hope you'll enjoy the session. We have the next session lined up at 3 p.m. Hope to see everyone there. 3:15. Sorry, my bad. Thank you.